told you, the secret to making consistent 10K months on Etsy is not by chasing trends and seasonal spikes. It's by creating products in niches that can sell year-round, regardless of upcoming holidays or trending TikTok sounds. And these are called evergreen niches. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you why I think the best way to build up a long, consistent brand is through creating a base of evergreen niches, how to grow that, and what niches actually fall into this group. If we haven't met yet, my name is Christina, and I've sold over 1.5 million in revenue on Etsy with just my print-on-demand products. And what I've learned is, yes, holidays and quick trends are a great way to get some sales spikes, but if you want a long-lasting, consistent growth store, you need to be finding a way to make sales in evergreen niches. Evergreen niches are so important because while yes, many people make tons of sales selling holiday products, the minute a holiday is finished, you are back to zero sales. And I have seen this happen to so many students that are riding this high of chasing holidays. And the minute it stops, they come to me and they had this huge idea of what their store was going to look like just to go back to zero sales a day. And you know what often sells during holiday seasons that actually are not tied to holidays at all? That is gifts. And evergreen niches are what are bought as gifts for people. So during Q4, for example, everyone is chasing creating Christmas sweatshirts, but you know what actually sells more during Christmas? Gifts. And you buy multiple gifts. Maybe someone would buy one Christmas sweatshirt for themselves, but they're buying 10 people on Etsy different evergreen niche gifts. So often these sell a lot better than holidays as well. And they also experience, yes, highs and lows following selling seasons because there just are months where people are shopping on Etsy or shopping more in general. But that doesn't mean that once that season is done, that your sales are going to go back to zero. In fact, because you made a lot of sales during Q4, that product is now ranking higher in the searches going into January, February. So you are above all the competition, and now you can keep selling even during those slower months. Yes, again, they might go down in sales, but they're never going to flatline back to zero. Versus if you just made holiday products, and yes, the season's done, but you think, okay, well, next Christmas, this Christmas sweatshirt is going to sell just as well. Unfortunately not, because you just lost 8 months of history. Etsy's not going to be ranking you that high. You're not going to beat out the competition that just started releasing other Christmas sweatshirts. You're going back to zero because Etsy doesn't have months of data behind that because it hasn't sold for months. So yes, you might get more sales again from that product the next year, but it doesn't guarantee that you're still going to be ranking higher above competition that also just started releasing their Q4 products. But my evergreen niches, because they were selling year round, they still have data. They're still climbing in the searches. So even for the next Q4, they're still ranking high because they've been getting data from the past 12 months. So now you see why I'm passionate about building up evergreen niches. But what are the 5 top categories of these evergreen niches that you should be in? The first one, hobbies and interests. This is one of the most popular bought niches for gifts. My dad's into biking. He has so many biking gifts. Everyone knows him for his love for biking. So automatically, that's what they think of when they're trying to search for something to buy for him. Think reading, gardening, knitting, cooking, anything that you have as a hobby or that maybe you know someone that's really passionate about. Chances are there's a lot of other people that have that same passion. Quick tip, humor does really, really well with these hobbies and interests. So try to get punny, try to get funny, think of some sayings that would make someone laugh, and try putting that on a product. Number 2, career-focused niches. People take pride in what they do. This is why teaching shirts do so well. Nursing shirts do so well. But those are not the only popular career niches. There are so many out there. And these are also a wonderful niche for gift buying. And you can get super specific with these. There was one store from a student of mine who I went in and I had zero clue what any of the designs meant because they were all inside jokes for this career that I had actually never heard of. So if you can start making shirts or products like things like mugs that speak to someone's career and kind of bring in inside jokes, you are going to have the upper hand because Other people in that niche are going to super relate. They'll probably want to wear it to their job to be funny. So trying to think of the inside jokes that someone might relate with is going to really help you stick out when trying to create career-focused products. The next one I've seen all over Etsy is personal identity. These are mom shirts, dad shirts, grandma shirts, dog mom shirts, anything that has to do with someone's personal identity that they want to shout out to the world, or something that is easily giftable. Mom shirts, yes, might do amazing for Mother's Day, but they might also just do well year round for gifts for your mom. Maybe it's her birthday, maybe just because it's not exactly tied to one holiday like Mother's Day, but this can still be gifted every single day of the month. And these don't have to be as simple as just a mom shirt, but you can really niche it down to even speak to a certain type of mom. I've seen things like good moms say bad words, twin mom, don't use boy mom, that trademark, that person is out for everybody using boy mom. So be careful with that one and check your trademarks. But other just different things that speak to perhaps how someone mothers or a certain type of dad, but just really speaking to who they are and their identity. Tips: if you can get someone to really resonate with what's on your shirt, say something like, oh my God, this shirt is so me, then you have a winner. Things like this one here, Cool Moms Club. We have this one here, Antisocial Dog Mom Club. We have different ones like Cool Mom Club. You can get really specific with dog mom and human mom, anything that might niche it down a little bit more. So when that specific shopper finds it, they said, yes, this shirt is 100% me, which is going to majorly increase the chances of them buying your product over someone else's. The next evergreen niche I see doing really well, and one that I like to do quite a bit, is milestones. And yes, this is tied to an event, but this event can be on different days for everybody. Maybe someone just had their first child. Maybe someone is commemorating their baby's first birthday. Maybe someone just published their first book. Maybe someone's celebrating their bachelorette or having a dino themed birthday. These don't mean that it's a specific time of the year. They can sell all year round because, again, they're not tied to a holiday. Well, yes, for that person, it is, I guess, a holiday, but it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to spike all of your sales and then flatline, because maybe the next month someone else is doing the same thing. Maybe someone just graduated. Maybe they became a doctor. Maybe they got their first job. Maybe they retired. I've actually seen retirement mugs doing really well on Etsy lately. People are buying gifts for these people during these events. And unlike Q4, usually if you buy a gift for someone for graduating, it's usually graduation themed. If you're buying them a gift for retirement, it's retirement themed. And it's a wonderful way to celebrate an event, but also keep a memory of that event afterwards. And for this niche especially, I see almost all of the bestsellers have some level of personalization. Again, they're commemorating an event, so they usually want to remember the date, their name, maybe what program they graduated from, what date they retired. Maybe it was a gift from their coworkers, so maybe their coworkers' names are on it. Maybe they want to remember the date that they became a doctor, so maybe you would have an EST and put the date. One that I do really often for things like this is just having that EST and usually the year that said event happens. But if it's something like maybe baby's first birthday, you want to add a little bit more specifics to the personalization and getting the exact date, but it can highly vary depending, again, what niche you're actually doing here. And the final one is causes and beliefs. This is all about someone's personal values or beliefs, things they're extremely passionate about, and they want to support whatever side or cause they are on through products that they can wear or take around with them. So we see this show up a lot in politics on Etsy. People wanting to show or wear shirts that show what side, what beliefs they are in. And these also might have trends. Perhaps we're at a close to an election, or we're just at a time where people are open more to talking about politics. Well, we're going to see a lot more purchases there, but a lot of the times these aren't something that just die out after. People are buying these year round to wear. But politics is far from the only niche that falls under this category. Maybe you have things like animal rights, maybe cancer awareness, different types of other beliefs or things that you want to support that perhaps other people do as well. And you just want to wear a product that shows your support for a certain belief, a certain side. And these are so popular because these aren't seen as just products, but they're more seen as statements. Maybe you want to protect the sea life. Maybe you're vegan. Maybe you're a camper and you want to advocate for no littering. Different beliefs you can get as political as you want, unpolitical as you want, just statements that you resonate with, and keep them thoughtful and kind, guys. And on top of choosing just evergreen niches, but also making sure you're putting these on evergreen products as well. Printify is my print-on-demand supplier because they have so many different products. Some of them are more seasonal, things like ornaments, for example, but there's so many products that can sell year-round. For me, t-shirts and sweatshirts. You might think sweatshirts only sell in the winter, but I actually sell these year-round. Things like mugs do really well as well. So if we just search up mug here, I usually see these accent mugs doing really well. We have tumblers recently that are also killing it, and these would sell year round because, hey, people need to drink water. We have tote bags as well that can sell year round, can sell really well as a gift. So just think about things that are giftable and also not tied to holidays. Things like ornaments, for example, if you're just building an empire in ornaments, they will do amazing during Christmas time. But if you want to make sure you're still making sales after Christmas and into the summer, it's better to also have that base of evergreen products bringing you in a more consistent, stable income. And that's exactly what I recommend, even when it comes to the niches as well. This doesn't mean you can't do trends and you can't do holidays, but I do think it is important to build up a base of evergreen niches first, and then you can build holiday products on top of those to supplement that type of income so you can also take advantage of that holiday season, but you're not drying up and desperate after it passes. Q4 is coming up and I have so many recommendations on top of just these evergreen niches, and I will link that video up next on how you should start prepping for Q4 because it's coming up fast. Thank you guys, and I will see you next week.